It's Prime Day again. Time to pretend we didn't just buy a keyboard last month. I went through the deals this morning and surprisingly, a few of them are actually worth considering. If you've been meaning to upgrade or just need a backup, this is one of the better times to buy a keyboard. And here's what I found. Welcome to another Prime Day video, and this one will be talking specifically about the keyboard deals out there because there are a lot. But if you haven't really been looking for a keyboard this entire year, now is not the time to fall into the "oh, it's on sales" trap and buy yourself a keyboard spontaneously. But on the other side, if you have been waiting for a certain keyboard or to find a certain type of keyboard like a full size or low profile or a silent or whatever it may be, maybe now is a good time to buy because it might be on sale for a really good price. So I've got a bunch of deals here that I literally woke up at 5 a.m. this morning to find and make this video because we're going on vacation soon, but also our daughter doesn't have daycare right now. So yeah, I gotta sacrifice some sleep to make these videos. So I hope you like them. Are you ever overwhelmed by how many AI tools there are? I am. That's why I'm excited to share Chat LLM Teams from AbacusAI. It puts all the top models such as ChatGPT, Gemini, Cloud, even open source ones in one place, and then it automatically picks the best model for your task, so you don't even have to think about it. You can use it to generate images and videos using tools like DALL-E, Ideogram, and Runway ML, all from a single window. Do you need to pull info from a PDF, build a presentation, or make your AI text sound more human? With a press of a button, you can turn your AI generated text into something that sounds like it was written by a human and give it the personality of your choice. Deep Agent can even help you build a website, an app, or a research report without you doing the heavy lifting. And it's just $10 a month, way cheaper than paying for each tool on its own. Check it out at chatllm.abacus.ai. Links in the description and the pinned comment. Back to the video. So we're gonna start out with some really budget-friendly keyboards, and I think that's where the best deals are right now on Amazon, is really with the budget stuff that range between maybe $50 and $100, and anything above that is not seeing a big sale. Now, to preface, the sales this year are okay. I don't think they're as amazing as they used to be. Maybe that's because of tariffs, maybe that's because of something else, but they are not like ginormous sales like we've seen before, but they are still a bit cheaper. So first we're going to talk about the EPOMAKER Aula F75. Now you don't necessarily need the EPOMAKER one. You can get any Aula 75 and they will be pretty good. I think the EPOMAKER collaboration just makes it have different keycaps. So it's up to you which one you buy. I personally really like the Reaper switches. I think they sound the best. So the Aula 75 is a plastic keyboard. It's hot swappable, it's gasket. So it's bouncy and it's got great switches. You don't really need to mod anything. You've got wireless capabilities. It's even got a dongle holder on it, which a lot of premium keyboards don't have, and a knob. The knob I think is it's not the best, but it works, and the keycaps look pretty dang good for what they are. So for a budget keyboard, which we're talking 50-ish, $55, it's a good keyboard. Now, usually I think this goes for $64, yeah. So now at $55, we're talking it's a pretty good sale. So this list price, I feel like this is always so stupid. Where every Prime Day, they're gonna bump up the list price and then bump down the deal price, which makes this 30% thing look larger. But it's not, it's really just, I don't know, like 12 or 15, because if it sells for $64 usually and now it's only $8 off, that's not 30%. But with that being said, it's still on sale and it's still a good price. So any of the Aulas you'll be pretty happy with buying if you're on a budget. Aula has pretty much every size possible. They have a 65%, they have a full size, they have weird sizes like this, they've got TKL, and they're trying to dominate the world with their keyboards. The other switches are okay. I don't recommend them as much. So yeah, get the Reaper. You'll be happy with it. Next, we've got the usual suspect for one of the best keyboards out right now, and this is the Rainy75. Now usually this is around $139. They lied about that again. $139 to $127. That's like $12 off. But with Amazon, you don't have to pay for shipping, whereas if you buy the Rainy on the WOBKEY website, you have to pay for shipping, and that's pretty expensive. So depending on what you want, if you want less of a battery life, you can buy the Lite version. The switches on the Lite version aren't as good. I think I like the Pro edition better. And then there's a normal edition somewhere, the standard edition, where you get less battery life, and I think the switches may not be as good. So the Lite is pretty bare bones. The Pro, you get like everything. You get the back weight, you get the double batteries, and the better switch. Just depends on what you want. I would either go for the standard or the Pro. I don't necessarily like the Lite version, but it's up to you what budget you're at. However, they're definitely on sale compared to usual at $139, and right now it's $127 for the Pro. So great deal overall. If you're looking at TKL, WOBKEY has a really good TKL as well, known as the Crush 80. And it's also a very good keyboard. It is on sale right now too. Between the Crush 80 and the Evo 80, I would go for the Evo 80, but I know the Evo 80 probably is not on sale. It tends to be a little bit more expensive, but it hits the top of the top for a TKL keyboard. I really enjoy it. It has a great bounce, it has a great sound, and it's nice looking. It's hard to explain it, but it's very nice. I don't know how to explain it. It just is. But if you're looking for a similar version but not as nice, then the Crush 80 is a close second, and a lot cheaper too. Moving on to a full-size keyboard, the EPOMAKER Galaxy100. So for a keyboard of this price at under $100, you get the aluminum frame, which is crazy. You also get QMK VIA, which is better software for your keyboard than, I don't know, downloading some weird software that you don't even know where it came from. This is way better. This is one of the best full-size keyboards out right now. And I know I said full-size keyboard, but it's not actually a full-size keyboard. But you still get the big zero here. So if you do a lot of number entry, this isn't going to mess you up. The thing that's going to mess you up here is actually this. You might accidentally press that up key or any of the arrows. I don't know. That's really annoying sometimes. Or this. It ends up having a lot of the nav keys still, and it has a knob. It is really practical. It's a great price for what it is. Usually it's at $100. Now usually it's $93, and right now it's $88. So maybe like a 10% sale on a really great keyboard. Next, we've got the IQUNIX Magi65. Not a super deal here, but considering you don't have to pay for shipping on Amazon compared to their website, that does save you a lot of money. So they've got two editions, the Pro and the not Pro. The Pro is pretty much useless. It adds this thing on the right side that's, I don't know why they do it. It just makes no sense. Why would you want this or this or this? And instead, just get the cheaper version without all of that. But for a 65% keyboard, it sounds really good for low profile. Low profiles have just been killing it lately, and this is one of the best ones. So $133 is the lowest previous price, and now it's $119. So great price. Now, if you're not into the 65%, there is the larger MQ80, which basically has all the same features except it's bigger. So it has a squished 75% layout, just like the Keychron K2, just like the Flow84, just like a lot of low profiles coming out right now, where everything is squished together, which I don't love because I tend to hit the up arrow a lot, which really annoys me. But this is a full aluminum. It's more of a medium profile than a low profile. The battery life is the only thing that I really don't like about it. Oh, there's other things I don't like. Let's continue. So the other thing I don't like about this keyboard is that the on-off switch is below the caps lock key, and you can't just put your nail in and turn it on. You have to get a pen or tweezers or something with a very narrow tip to put it in the tiny hole to flip it on. And they say that after you flip it on, you don't have to mess with it anymore, and that's fine. You don't. You can hold FN and escape to turn it off and turn it on, but that's really annoying. Why not just add toggle switches to your keyboard? So I really hate that about these keyboards with the aluminum frames. They need to get it together. Oh, this is a great price though, $152. But the lowest price before is $171. It it is a great deal. If you're looking for a new low profile keyboard, I actually recommend the NuPhy Air V3. It's not going to be on sale because they just released it. I think it's still in pre-order. Yeah, it's still in pre-order. And it's not the cheapest at $140, but it is a great keyboard. It has the toggle switches on the top right. You can't even see it in these pictures. The toggle switches are up here. The USB-C port is right here. It has decent battery life. It's got gigafeet, but that's not what matters. What matters is that it ticks all the boxes for quality of life. Like it has a dongle storage on the top. It has a toggleable module here, so you don't like the knob, you can replace that with a switch, or you can replace a tall knob with a low knob, and you got options, and that's what's really great. You also get north facing RGB, except it's not backlit. The keycaps aren't backlit, so I think that's really annoying. They do offer some which look alright because it's north facing instead of south facing. So the cool thing about this is they have a silent switch called the Blush. If you're into that, it also has a lot of layouts. The Blush Nano is a silent switch. The red sounds great, but it's a great keyboard other than the price. If it was like $10 cheaper, I'd be like, yeah, get it. Now next, we've got the Flow Lite. The Flow Lite has different sizes, so this is the 96%, but they also have the 84% that I think more people would buy. The Flow Lite 84 is a smaller edition of the Flow Lite 100. Now this is one of the best portable keyboards. It looks like these two are on sale, whereas the white one's not. So don't get the white one. These are really portable keyboards and they sound really great, except they're not the most durable. Like they're gonna last, except you'll see visible aging of the keyboard as you use it over time, especially with the keycaps. They tend to thin out and they're already thin to begin with, and the legends are pretty small to begin with. So they'll just get thinner and thinner and thinner. But also, I've heard that the white one, you can get yellowing of the case and the keycaps. I have the gray one, so I haven't seen any of those problems yet with the last few months of using it, other than the thinning out of the keycaps around these keys here. So $88, I think usually it's $99. I don't have a price chart, but I think that's accurate. So a little bit of a sale there if you're into that. Portable, very, very portable. Not great battery life. Actually, one of the worst battery lives I've seen on a low profile keyboard so far, but it makes up for it in its portability. So it's up to you what you want to do with it. Next, we got the NuPhy Halo75. I really like this keyboard. That's all there is to say. It's a good keyboard. It has pretty much all of the quality of life things that I talk about, like an onboard dongle storage, and it's got RGB. It's got toggle switches, and it has a variety of different colors and switch types. They have the silent as well. So if you're into silent keyboards, NuPhy's offering them, and it's $116, which is good. That's good. Great price. Great price to get it. If you've been looking at the Luma84, I don't recommend it. It's really cheap though. It's really cheap, but it doesn't sound great. There's a lot of issues with it. It has an aluminum frame, which is cool. It's portable, it's lightweight. It's hard to explain when you know that a product sort of just feels like it's thrown together to be sold to the market, whereas another product, like there might be a little bit more R&D involved. This one feels like it's just copying the Flow 84, but cheaper. Next, another budget keyboard. We've got the Ajazz AK820 Pro, which has a screen. I don't love the screen, but the normal edition, which is cheaper, the normal version without the screen, which is cheaper, they skimp out on a lot of the things. Like you don't get as good of keycaps or switches, and it just changes a bunch of things. So I do recommend the Pro and not the normal version if you decide to go with the AK820. The screen makes it so the software is not fun to use, but it is a budget keyboard. Most budget keyboards have software that's not fun to use. But other than that, it's a lot like the Aula F75, except slightly different. I think the gift switch sounds a little better, and the price is great. It's still gasket mounted, you still get tri-mode wireless. The NuPhy 96 is basically the Halo 75, except the Halo 96 is a bigger one. You get all the same color options and the switch options, and basically all the same features. Tri-mode wireless and all that. Dongle holder, toggle switches, good keyboard. Next is Keychron. So Keychron, I can talk about specific Keychrons, but Keychron overall really likes to have sales. They always have a sale that coincides with Amazon sales so that they can sell stuff on their website. So they have their own Prime Day sale at the exact same timeline as Prime Day, the 8th to the 16th, except everything on their website is slightly cheaper than Amazon. Probably because it's cheaper to sell things from their own warehouse instead of the Amazon warehouse. It marks it up a little bit. So if you are looking for something Keychron related, then you can buy it on the Keychron website. I don't know how much shipping costs on Key. Oh my gosh, what is that? Dang, that's a big keyboard. They have pretty much every size. They have every size you could possibly want. So the Q series is more customizable. It's got full aluminum. The K series is like partially aluminum. Still a lot of sizes, but less fancy than the K series. The V series is like where the value's at, you know. If you want a budget keyboard or a more affordable keyboard that happens to be very nice, then I would go with the V series. Right now, I tried something recently that I really like from there, but I don't think they sell it on their website, and that's the C1 Pro and the C3 Pro, which I tried recently, and they've seriously upgraded these keyboards. Like, despite the price. Okay, look at the price. It's only $32. The switches now are better. The stabilizers are a lot better. It's compatible for everything. I'm not 100% sure that it would be this one that's better, because the one that I got, they sent recently, and that one had 1000 hertz polling. Oh, so does this one. It actually might be the same thing, but the C1 Pro and the C3 Pro really impressed me lately. Cool. So next, let's move to the EPOMAKER TH99. There's a lot of budget keyboards on here, a lot below 100. Good keyboard, good full size. If you don't want to pay extra for the Galaxy 100, then this one pretty much has the same layout except a full plastic bill instead of aluminum. Still has a dongle holder, still has a big zero. It's more exploded, which I like, and it sounds pretty great, and it's still tri-mode, so it's a great deal as well. 58 right now, and lowest we've seen is 66, so great keyboard. Okay, Aula. Remember when I talked about Aula and they're just trying to take over the world? Full size. They have a great full size keyboard. I actually gave my mother-in-law this one because she's been asking for a full size keyboard. And when you give things to people and you give tech to people, specifically people that may not be as techy as you want things to be easy to use and intuitive. And you don't want to have to explain to them like, oh, you have to take off the caps key to turn it on. Oh, you have to press FN and blah to make it work. Oh, you have to do this and that and that. This is why gifting people is pretty hard. But I gave my mother-in-law this because, for one, it's full size. She's been wanting one. But two, it's also pretty intuitive. You take the dongle out if you want to do wireless. You plug it in your computer and you turn on the toggle switch. And if you want to use wired, you plug it in and you use the toggle switch. It's super easy, which I really like. It also sounds great, and PBT keycaps are a big plus. So $76. Not a great sale. It was $80 before, so really you're not looking at a sale at all. Maybe 5% off. But if you're looking for a full size, it's a good keyboard. Okay, next, the MelGeek O2. I'm actually using that right now with my Mac. It's a great keyboard for Mac. It has good battery life. I'm actually testing the battery life because it says it's good battery life. You never know. It actually does have good battery life. I think the MelGeek O2 has better battery life than the NuPhy Air75. Like, NuPhy advertises that it has really great battery life, and MelGeek does too. But I think MelGeek actually does. Somehow they actually have better battery life. So that's really cool. The feet are not my thing. They're sort of useless. It has a toggle, which is nice. It does have a lot of battery life, so I am trying to test this out over time and see how long it lasts. But the switches are great. All palm, sounds great. It has like an acrylic case on the side. It's pretty thin, and the keycaps look a little funky with the font, but it's great for Mac, so I really like it. It's pretty new to Amazon. Let's see, $129, so $108 right now. It's a good price. I like that. It's really great. I use it for my Linux laptop and my Mac, and I switch it by doing FNS, and it switches back and forth really nicely. It wakes up in like maybe 4 to 5 seconds. It's a good keyboard. Nothing else to say. Between the NuPhy and this one, that is a truly hard decision. People think it's between the Flow 2 and the NuPhy Air V3. No, the Flow 2 doesn't even compete. The competition is between the Air V3 and the MelGeek O2. That's the decision that's very hard to make. But if it's on price and price matters to you, then the MelGeek O2, I think, wins. Sure, it doesn't have a knob. Sure, it doesn't have onboard dongle storage. But if you use USB or you use Bluetooth anyways, it shouldn't be a big deal. It only has white backlight, no RGB, and the battery life has been really spectacular. So, I think I'm convincing myself that the O2 is actually winning. It's a great keyboard. So, keyboard deals. Those are some of the bigger ones. As far as the keyboard landscape goes, a lot of things haven't changed since last year. The tops are still at the top. For low profile, a lot of things have changed, but not as much. There's the MelGeek O2, the Lofree Flow Lite, the NuPhy Air75, there's the IQUNIX MQ80, the Magi65. Those are all really good. I mean, there's the I didn't really like the Kick75. The Kick75 is on a bit of a sale. Speaking of NuPhy also has sales on their website. So if you don't want to buy on Amazon, you could buy it on their website. I don't like this stupid deals thing that they're doing, but the Kick75 is for even more of a sale on their website right now, although I'm not sure how shipping goes for them. That one's probably one of the more budget, low profile keyboards. Things have changed in full size land. Things have changed a lot in HE land, but I personally don't use all the gamery HE keyboards. I only use the nice office ones. So it's not really my thing. But if you want to see general tech deals on things that are generally really cool, you can check out this Prime Day video right here, and I'll see you later. If you got more deals, put them down below. Thanks, bye.